Hello, this is Paul from Foster Tech. In this lecture, I'm going to introduce standard deviation, which is one of the most important descriptive statistics used to measure the spread of data. And I will going to show you how to use the definition and also calculate how to find the standard deviations. And first, here the definition, and the Sx. For X we call the data. S is we call the sample standard deviation. Okay, and the definition is here with square root of, and the inside is 1 over n minus 1 sigma I from 1 to n, and each term is xi minus x bar square. What does this formula mean? First, n is sample size, xi is the data, it's the ith data value, and x bar is the mean of your data. What does this sigma mean? This sigma we call the summation. Okay, summation means add all the terms together, the sum of all the terms. If we expand, is defined in this. How many terms? N terms from 1 to n. So the first term is x1 minus x bar square. See, the second term x2 minus x bar square. Okay, continue, goes to the last term is xn minus x bar square. Okay, so here is definition. Look at the definition is complicated, but please be sure I will give an example how to use this definition to find the standard deviation. And the most important, later I will use the calculator TR83. The function is one variable stats to find the standard deviation, and if you have 84 and it is the same, okay, is the similar one to find the standard deviation. Later I will show you how to understand what does this standard deviation mean. Okay, first look at the first questions. Now find the standard deviation, use this definition. So how to do? Okay, keep in mind that the definition, we need to find all the data x1, x2 to xn, find the n, find the x bar. Okay, what is x? The data. So now for the first, we have data 1, the data 2. The first here is x, right? I'll say x1, this is x2, this is x3. So we have 3x means n equals 3, right? So first, n equals 3. And then we need to find the x bar is the average. This average, of course, is 10, easy to find. Okay, and then I follow the standard deviation formula. So now the formula also should be as x is this. Okay, is square root. Okay, very long. 1 over n minus 1 is 3 minus 1, right? Times this sigma means this is sum. Okay, because we only have 3 terms, I will directly write the 3 terms. So times this. 3 terms added together. The first term is x1, which is 9. So 9 minus 10, right? 10 is the mean. Square plus. The second term x2 minus x bar, x2 is 10. Minus x bar is also 10 square. The third, x3 minus x bar square, x3 is 11 minus x bar 10 square. Okay, so this is the formula. Now I'm going to simplify. I'll put a bracket here. Going to simplify. See what we get. 1/2 times 1. Negative 1 square is 1. 0 square is 0. 1 square is 1. Right? That's the definition. Let's do the calculation. What do we have? 1 plus 1, 2 over 2 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. See, that's the first. It's not so complicated, right? So we look at the second. Here is the same. We're going to find the x first. x1, x2, x3. We have a 3x, so the same. N is 3. What is x bar? X bar 0, 10, 20. The average is 10 also. Okay, now I use the formula. Now as x is still the similar, right? I put it very long. 1 over n minus 1 to the minus 1. times how many terms added together? 3 terms. Okay, 3 terms I put it here. The first term, x1 minus x bar, x1 is 0, x bar is 10 square. The second, x2 minus x bar, x2 is 10, the x bar is also 10 square. The third, x3 minus x bar, x3 is 20, x bar is 10 and the square. And then put the bracket. See, that's the definition. We're going to do calculation. Simplify. 1/2 times negative 10 square is equals to 100. 0 square is 0. 10 square is 100. Right? 200 over 2 is 100. Take a square root is 10. See, that's 10. Okay, so we find these two results, right? Okay, good. One more, we look at the pattern. Can we look at the pattern? And this standard deviation is smaller. When the standard deviation was small, can we look back? What is the relationship between the data? First, the mean is the same, right? And then we look at 9, 10, 11. See, 9 and 11 very close to 10. And also the standard deviation is small. Can we see this pattern? Okay, look at this data. 0, 10, 20, the mean is 10. 0 to 10, 20 to 10, much far from the mean, right? So look at this. This is much close. This is much spread out. And also we get the standard deviation is much bigger than this. What does it mean? And then at least from this example, we find a pattern. And if the data are more close to the mean, more concentrated, and the standard deviation is small. If the data is more spread from the mean, the standard deviation is larger. Okay, so I put it here. And if we say it's like this, is more concentrated, right? Is more concentrated. Okay, I say it's a concentrate. If the data is more concentrated, and then the standard deviation is smaller, right? Okay, so here if the data is more spread out, okay, is spread out, more spread out, then the standard deviation is larger. Let me see this. Okay, I summarize these results in another page. Now we're going to understand what that the standard deviation really means. Okay, so we look at here. Okay, so as we just said from the first example, so the smaller the standard deviation, the more concentrated, right, of the data. The larger the standard deviation, the more spread out. Okay, the larger standard deviation, someone also says the more error. Okay, there's big error if the data spread out. Okay, or as more precisely is this, the standard deviation exactly measures how spread the data is. Okay, smaller standard deviation concentrated, larger standard deviation spread out. It is how spread out. And how do you get this? If someone remember the definition, okay, the definition will exactly tell us these results. So look at, is this the definition? Okay, if we change a little bit 1 over n, that means the average, right? The average of the square of the distance. Okay, take a square root, you can imagine. Square, take a square root, goes to no square. And then we finally is the average of the distance. Okay, you just imagine. It just tell you, the definition tells you is average the distance. Is the average of distance of the data to the mean. Okay, the data to the mean. If the data to the mean, the distance is small, what does it mean? The data close to the mean, right? So smaller the standard deviation. If the distance to the mean is larger, is more spread out, the standard deviation is larger. Okay, so here is exactly what is the meaning from the definition in mathematics. Okay, one more results. So what the smallest the standard deviation? You can imagine. If we're talking about the error, is the standard deviation. So error, the smallest there is 0, right? Definitely it is. the smallest standard deviation, it is 0 when all the value are the same in the data. Like if we have data 0 0 0 0, oh no, I changed. If we have all the data is 10 10 10 10, see what is the mean is 10, right? What is the distance of the data to the mean is also 0, is also 10. The distance of the data to the mean is 0. Why? Because 10 to 10 is 0. That means in the formula all the term is 0. Okay, all the term is 0, and then we use the standard. We use the definition. We'll find that the smallest standard deviation is 0. It means no error. Okay. We use these results. Okay, we're going to answer one question here. Okay, identify which data has smaller standard deviation, which data has larger standard deviation. Do you remember this? More concentrated, smaller. More spread out, larger. How about this? Okay, this data 1 and the data 2 is a histogram of relative frequency distribution. Means that this all the area added together is 100%. See, this data is more concentrated. This data is more spread out, more concentrated, smaller, right? This standard deviation should be smaller. So can we see? More concentrated, so should be standard deviation should be smaller. The same, so like this is more spread out. What? More spread out should be larger. Should be larger standard deviation. Okay, so this is easy to identify. And now I'm going to show you how to use the calculator to find the standard deviation. Because if we have a large data size, okay, how do you think? If you use the definition, it's a longer calculation, right? However, calculator is much easier. So either the access instrument 83 or 84, you have the same function. The name is one variable statistics, one variable stats. Okay, I'm going to use that. So like this. Keep in mind, this is the data. We have a 9 data showed you here. How to find the standard deviation? If this is score, how to find the standard deviation of the scores? What is the definition of standard deviation? Which means error, or we say is what is the average distance or the data to the mean average distance. How to find? So I use Texas Instrument 83 to show you 2 steps to find the standard deviation. The first step, input the data. First, I use 83. Okay, however, if you have 84, it's similar. Don't worry, it's similar for 84. So first step, input the data. Okay, input the data is there. Go to stat, edit the data, type the data into L1 column. If we have all the data there, then do calculation. So where do you find the calculations? Go to stat, go to calculation, find the one variable stats, and then type L1 is means the function, focus on that, and then you get the results. I have to show you. Okay, I will show you how to use. Remember the data, we have 9, right? We have 9 data points. Now I will show you how to do calculation in the calculator. So we get this. I have a calculator. So that's a Texas Instrument 83. Okay, remember I just showed you the step, right? Let me see. Is there clear? I will make it a little bit clear for you. Be patient. Okay, so let's move to where do you find the one variable stats. That's all we need. Okay, I just have the data. Okay, so now I'm going to type the data and then going to do calculation. I have the data here. So the first step is going to stat. Okay, so we're going to stat, edit the first int. See, and then I type the data to L1, the first column. Okay, and in the calculator we have 6 columns. Each column can input 999 data, a lot of data. Okay, so you can input. So now I'm going to type the first is 47, and then 55, then 71, then 41, and then 82, and then 57, then 25, then 66, then 81. Okay, that's all the data. I input the 9 data, and be careful, everyone. You do data analysis. Input the data is the first step. Don't input the wrong data, otherwise all your answer is wrong. Then the second step, do calculation. Where to find the one variable stats is go to stat. Okay, so we're going to click stat, and then the second, see on the top is calculate. Okay, so going right, highlight the calculator, and then look at the first options, one variable stats. That's the one we need. And okay, one variable is the function or the domain, and that means apply the function to L1, right? We type L1 there. How to find L1? See, L1 is the second one. Okay, so second one. See, that's L1, and then int. Okay, so that's good. Now we have everything, all the basic descriptive statistic. So let me show you one by one. Okay, so most of them we need to use. The first x bar is the average. The second sigma is the sum. The third sigma x square, I mean the sum of square. The fourth x, everyone knows this is the standard deviation. What the answer is 18.86 ... right? So this is the standard deviation. What is sigma x is also kind of standard deviation, but we call it the population standard deviation. Okay, and you need this in the future probably for theory study. Okay, in the future. Should I lead up the one more? N equals 9, the sample size. See, if you go down, you can find the other 5 number summary. Can you see? The minimal Q1, median Q3, the maximum. Okay, so in the future, I will going to show you how to use this 5 number summary. And can we compare what the results as I showed you? 18.86, right? Is the same, 18.86. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.